Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral Swamy, want to read a few headlines of some of the great work that the United States Coast Guard has done since just February of this year. United States Coast Guard offloads more than 275 million worth of illegal cocaine in San Diego. That was February 13th. March 6th, Coast Guard offloads over 141 million in illicit drugs interdicted in the Caribbean Sea. That's from March the 6th. Coast Guard offloads over 517.5 million in illicit drugs interdicted in Eastern Pacific Ocean, March the 20th. Coast Guard Cutter Calhoun offloads more than 140.9 million in illegal narcotics at Port Everglades, May 16th. Coast Guard offloads more than 211 million in illicit drugs interdicted in the Eastern Pacific, May 29th of this year. And then just earlier this month, on June the 6th, Coast Guard offloads more than 138 million in illicit drugs interdicted in the Caribbean Sea. If my math is correct, that amount is roughly $1.5 billion in narcotic seizures just this year. And so to the men and women who serve under your command, I want to personally thank them for the job that they are doing. And I want to ask you briefly, Admiral, can you talk about the importance of interdicting these drugs at sea before these narcotics come into the United States, and also talk a little bit about the impact that $1.5 billion in seizures has on these transnational criminal organizations?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman Guest, and thanks for your words complimenting our crews. Our Commandant and the rest of our leadership team are very proud of them. To your question, sir, what we try to do is interdict the drugs in bulk quantity as far away from the shores of the United States as we can, because the closer these bulk amounts get to the United States, they get broken up into smaller amounts that make them easier to smuggle in. So you could have a large load of, say, two tons that goes into the Dominican Republic, gets broken into small packages of 3 or 4 kilos that could fit in a backpack, and then they get smuggled further north. So that's one way. So we want to get them as far away from the shores as we can. The value in that is that those billions of dollars that you said, sir, that's the cash that fuels the cartels. So all of the other nefarious activities that they're doing, human smuggling, weapons smuggling, sex trafficking, you name it, that cash fuels it. These are polycrime organizations. They don't care what they're doing as long as it makes them money.
And Mr. Miller, kind of want to dovetail off of that a little bit. You say in your written testimony on page 3, you talk about the authority to operate the extension of the 12 nautical miles in custom waters. The Admiral just spoke a little bit about the benefit of interdicting these narcotics or those individuals who are smuggling individuals in the country. The greater that you can extend that outside the United States border, the more opportunity you're going to have to be successful. And so I want to talk a little bit and ask you to please speak on that, about the importance of that extension to the 12 nautical miles.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for your support in these efforts. Yes, the Customs Waters Bill extending the customs waters from 12 to 24 nautical miles, it modernizes customs law with the speed of vessels these days. It increases the area that we could patrol, where we make interdictions and save lives. We've drafted this legislation in collaboration with the Coast Guard. It gives us interdiction parity at sea, so we may better assist each other.
And if Congress were to grant you that authority, would that make our community safer by the fact that you would be able to have an expanded area in which you have law enforcement authority?
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, it would. It would increase our interdictions, like the Admiral said, identifying and interdicting these narcotics loads before they get closer to shore and break up into smaller loads. Also with human trafficking as well. The farther out we can identify these before they get close to highly congested areas is easier to interdict.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe I'm out of time, so I yield back.